AA Best Bail Bonds big game coverage live from Miami.
It is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com. Coming at you live from Radio Row. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage continues.
It's like a rodeo, right?
It is a true rodeo. Anybody watching Facebook Live. We just did an entire half a segment with Golick Sr. and we upside down.
Nice.
We're proud of that.
We need to get the people behind us to kill those lights.
Do you know anybody over there?
I think we'd look better.
Do you know anybody up there on that ESPN stage that could do that?
Who it is?
Yeah, because that wasn't there yesterday. Yeah, it's those
that
people.
Voice you hear, he is Kenny Mayne joining us here.
Are we supposed to look at the camera? Or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter.
Handle
You're supposed
it like
to tell us that.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not Sportscenter.
That
guy. Now we've heard a story about these guys, but you probably tell it better.
What's the story?
I think it was a different dude.
Different guy.
No, it says the camera guys in what they were a part of. No? No. All right, we'll go.
Maybe they needed best bail bonds?
No.
225-21.
You know what they need is Low T Center.
Yeah.
Where you get everything checked out these days.
The Low T Center. That was
reinventing men's health care. That's what you do. You know, every year when we get a chance to see you here on Radio Row, I don't know what we're going to talk about because.
Can I press these buttons?
Yes.
No. I got two of them now.
When I was a kid, we had one TV, and you had to go up and adjust the hue, the tone. What was the other one? There was something else.
I want to say tilt.
Tint.
Yes.
Because my grandma would sit there and watch her programs, her stories.
Her stories. Yep.
And our TVs kind of sucked, and you'd have to go up and slap the side. So the other night I'm on with Tim Legler, and he's going to break down whatever game, and the thing won't work, the big screen where he's touching all the buttons. So I just started slapping it, telling the story about my grandma. Then I have no one who gets in trouble, like I'm destroying company. I was like, well, I was trying to fix it.
That's my first go-to.
Did you?
Hit the thing on, just like if something doesn't work, unplug it and plug it back in. Like rudimentary technology.
I'm the king of rebooting. Yeah. If rebooting doesn't fix it, I'm going to have to call somebody.
That's what they do at Low T Center. Go to lowtcenter.com to reboot your body, because it's not just testosterone we're talking about. There's all sorts of chemicals and whatnot inside you, and they're going to check out the levels. You get a little hunk of paper. Oh, I need to fix that, and hopefully not that. And then go get it fixed. Go get checked. It's like a little mini physical.
I'm telling you, I'm
going.
User.
I might go today.
I think we all should.
Are you guys licensed and trained physicians? Can you can't test people?
Well, as far as you know.
Okay.
Sure.
We're reinventing men's health care in a whole different way.
What kind of free stuff you guys have?
We got candy.
We have candy and mints.
Not much here. Okay. Because some places they give you stuff and it's so cumbersome. It's like, dude, I don't need a knitting kit. All right, I'm running late here.
Butterfinger?
I have nowhere to put it.
You want a Butterfinger?
Emmett Smith brought us a bottle of tequila earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Butterfinger. You know what? Butterfinger tastes good.
I judge a man by
what
whether he
manner
chooses.
of peanut butter is that actually inside it? Snickers pretty solid.
Nobody takes the Baby Ruths.
Would you take a Baby
Ruths? I think Baby Ruths are good.
I think Baby Ruths are undersold.
And you can't give away the Three Musketeers, man, because that's eating air.
No one wants just new.
Remember the old? I don't know how old you guys are for the Three Musketeer bar would float away. Remember that ad
light
campaign?
And airy.
Yep.
So light. And one time in college, Randall Cunningham had a Three Musketeers bar, and he imitated the commercial. It was so dumb, but it was perfect timing. We all laughed, and that was our Randall.
For those of you guys unaware, Kenny Mayne played at UNLV, where Randall Cunningham arrived, took his job after Kenny broke his ankle.
It's close to the truth.
Nobody. You had the gig.
It's a better story.
You had the gig. You got hurt, and then he took.
Randall was in high school when I broke my leg.
Oh,
he came.
No, it's a better story if you had the job.
I was perennial second string backup guy. Played a little bit here and there. Sam King was our starter my senior year, led the nation in passing yards. You can look it up, 1981. Okay. And then Randall was a freshman, so we all knew he was going to be great. You could just see it throwing the ball. But it took him a minute, and once he got it, obviously he had the career that he had, and probably should have won the Super Bowl the year they missed, right? They missed the field goal against Atlanta.
It probably
that was
should
their
have
year.
happened then.
Was that 98?
Are you still running the AAU youth sports circuit? You still having to travel around? You doing any of that? No, nothing like that.
Is that like the cameraman story?
It may be.
No.
I thought you were going to ask about the flag football, which I did do again last night. For about 7 years now, I've been playing with these veterans. I think we just saw BJ walking by. And it's really cool. It's just a great night. Everybody's like, why do you do it? It's like, because we want to play football. Like,
yep.
No other reason than that. And then the audience, they get to honor the troops. We also honored the kids from Parkland, both the ones we lost and the ones that are still here, the survivors, and all the advocacy they're doing with regard to that issue. There's some Gold Star families there. I mean, it's just a really warm, loving event, and we get to play a little football.
How'd you do?
And we did all right. I don't like how they gimmick the game a little bit. We throw in a free touchdown for us, so they call back one of theirs, kind of like Harlem Globetrotter, Washington. But other than that, we play a legit, fun game. I mean, Sage Rosenfels and Jeff Garcia, they were out there on the other side, a bunch of others. And we just had a blast. Jen Welter plays on our side. She's the first female coach, remember, for Arizona. Mm-hmm. And she is a problem for opposing quarterbacks. She's very quick. She played women's pro football, right? Or semi-pro, whatever they call it. Very good athlete.
How do you feel today?
I'm sore on my good side. See, I got to see that ankle? Not great.
Gruesome.
I'm not going to hold it up.
No,
yeah, please don't.
It's not great. It looks like a softball was put inside my leg, sort of. So all these years later, I found a guy in Gig Harbor, Washington. It's near Tacoma. And he's making these devices for veterans, and I got one. And my wife and I felt like we should do something good in return. Like what a gift that was. I'm now getting to hike with my wife. I can run sprints. I can play flag football with no pain. So we started a foundation called runfreely.org, and we raise money through all sorts of different ways, auctions, events, whatever, donations. And then every time we get up to a certain amount, we can now tell the next veteran, go get your new leg.
We talked about this some last year, and I saw Scott Van Pelt talk about this the other night on his show.
He did wonders for us. I was about to thank him. I've done it a few times. But sometimes one moment can really change things. So Scott, around Christmas, he got all sappy about giving, and his daughter had this beautiful story about a tree, when you go to Nordstrom or whatever, and they got the giving tree, and they just bought the whole tree. I did the same thing. That was my wife's gift this year. I just bought one, she doesn't need any more clothes. She's good on clothes. What am I going to buy her?
Does she agree with that?
She loved it.
Oh, good.
She said it's the best gift ever. So she saw how many kids, me thinking of her and her generosity, made a better Christmas for a bunch of kids. So anyway, Scott wrote a check and bought a brace. So one soldier Scott already hooked up one soldier. And then he told the story, not just about that, but about some other charities and just doing good things, doing the right thing. If you have enough, you should, give of yourself. And if you have a little extra money, give of your money. And in that one mention, it was only on for 10 seconds. We raised enough to buy another brace within 2 days.
That is phenomenal.
It's crazy.
That is phenomenal.
Well, to be able to get out and go play football the way you did, you obviously have to be in good physical condition, and you probably had to go see a physician at Low T to make sure you were feeling good.
That is a great tie-in. We should have Low T physicians and staff at every flag football game.
I think it would be.
They had a great idea over there. Tauscher had that on their different channel. You know how they have the specialist again? Let's go to the old ref.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a penalty? Was it not a penalty? He's like, why can't they have old guard? Let's have the guard come on and talk about old hiker guy. They could have 70 people standing by to weigh in on whatever their area of expertise is.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I'd
put it in a podcast.
It's going to help the economy.
Yes.
We just created 70 new jobs every game.
That is phenomenal. Yes. Absolutely. Kenny Mayne from ESPN here on ESPN San Antonio. Before we let you go, I got to ask, what concerts have you been to lately?
Let me think.
What concerts are you looking forward to?
Yeah, that's a better question.
All right.
We just talked. We haven't been anywhere in a while. I'm trying to think what was the last one, and I don't have it for you. However, I'm going to try to go to Pearl Jam in Quebec City.
That is awesome.
They're starting their tour, I think, begins in March.
That new record's great.
And I like the first song. Very different, kind of a Talking Heads feel almost.
Why Quebec City?
Never been there. They're starting, I think their first show is Toronto. They do Ottawa and Quebec City.
But they're doing Seattle, right?
I don't know if Seattle made the list. I know they're doing Madison Square Garden, and they're doing Are they doing Nashville? They're doing some other places, North America. But
because I know, like this summer, I want to go see Green Day either in San Diego or Seattle, and just mainly because of the timing of it.
What's the location in Seattle? You know,
Safeco. They're doing all baseball parks, and when they're in Texas. One, I don't know that I want to go watch Green Day play outdoors in August. 93 would be a cool night, but it's around Cowboys training camp when they're going to be in Texas.
You need the restaurants.
I'll let you know.
Something else you should do in Seattle. I say this to everybody who ever goes. We have a place called Mo-Pop, Modern Popular.
Oh, the old
EMP.
The EMP.
Yes.
That's one of the best museums
it is
anywhere.
So good, and I go. I'm a member, so we go whenever. And I could go, you know what, we're talking, okay? Why are they cutting us off all the time? So you go in there, and you see the Jimi Hendrix Experience. You see his handwritten lyrics and Pearl Jam and all these different groups.
Yes.
Then they usually have some specialty thing, like maybe it's video games or maybe it's Monster Chiller Theater or whatever. And then upstairs, you can play all the instruments. So like the other day I thought I was pretty good. No one was listening, but I was playing piano, which I don't know how to play, but they give you the beats behind it, and you're just kind of fiddling. But it's so fun.
It is
right underneath the space.
It is.
It is, and you want to be a rock star. I don't know if they still have this room, but they've got the stage in the crowd there. They take a picture. It looks like you're a rock star. They print out ticket stubs for you.
And Paul Allen, the late Paul Allen, originally he's a huge music guy, made it to honor Jimi Hendrix was the original conception. Then they widened it, like, well, we got all, look who else we have here. So, I mean, Quincy Jones, on and on and on. So, Nirvana, you name it, Soundgarden. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's a good spot. You're going to eat at Tavolata on 2nd and Bell.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Or if you like Japanese, Umi on 1st. Rent a boat. Might as well go to the peninsula.
My wife is from Snohomish.
Okay.
So we go up there a lot.
Chrissy Teigen.
Really?
She lived in a number of places growing up, I believe, but she calls that home in a lot of her references.
Very cool.
Washington.
Yes.
Kenny Mayne, man. Appreciate you.
LowTCenter.com.
LowTCenter.
Reinventing men's healthcare.
RunFreely.org.
RunFreely.org. Helping.
And I think we covered the game in such a comprehensive way that almost gave the audience too much.
Yes.
How are they going to?
Yes. Just go back and listen to the podcast again. You'll hear the game analysis. It's subtle. It's in there.
What channel? Where are we? What are we doing?
We're
ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM.
That's what
AM 1250.
I went to San Antonio a long time ago and did a story about Dennis Rodman getting a haircut.
I'm sure that was
the
thrilling.
whole story. It was interesting.
Dennis was. We can do a whole other segment.
History with the Dennis Rodman era.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Coach Pop fan. I'm just throwing that in there. And Brent Barry.
Brent's a good dude.
Doing his thing.
He's got a band now.
Brent Barry.
Have you
still have time?
Sure.
Panic at the Costco.
Panic at the Costco is the name of his band.
Brent's one of the good guys.
Yeah.
First time I ever met Brent Barry, Sonics 2004-ish.
Yes.
And he says, "What are you doing tonight?" After the interview, I said, "What do you mean? I'm here. I'm watching your game, your exhibition game." He said, "Do you want to go to Pearl Jam?"
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Go to the locker room, grab my keys, go to the players' parking lot, open my hippie van. He's got one of those VW buses. Inside are 2 Pearl Jam tickets to Benaroya, which is this super fancy. It's like where orchestras and plays are put on. And saw one of their legendary shows. Like if you could look up the Benaroya show it was either 3 or 4, and they debuted Man of the Hour, the from the movie Big Fish.
All right. Well,
so I've forever been indebted to Brent Barry. I don't think I've really paid him back. I don't know how else I could.
He will never let you forget. My best Brent Barry is he's got his slam dunk trophy, and he cut it and makes it a dip bowl.
That's pretty good.
It's useful.
Best use.
And who knew that trophy would have such utility?
Long-term utility. As does Kenny Mayne.
LowTCenter.com.
Reinventing men's healthcare.
While you're at LowTCenter, get on your phone and look up runfreely.org and do good for yourself and for others.
We will have runfreely.org on our website.
If you see Brent Barry, ask for Pearl Jam tickets.
I do every time I see him. I still haven't gotten them.
Yes.
Kenny Mayne joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure.